Bore da sit maich nod wedi bod fy'n bobl ryfedd rwan idw I croeso fy'n cartref mwn and now in Saesneg and now in English. Good morning, how's your day been, my strange people? I'm Ruadhán and welcome to my spooky home. And son of a bitch, I need to touch up my hair, but it's not going to be tonight. And tomorrow night I get to go back out to Tenetco. Oh my gosh, dumb old story. Why I say that instead of the Necto like most normal people. Then again, I have not been a normal people probably ever. So, okay, these can go here for Sunday recycling. So, yeah, the bug boys. Oh my gosh! So, I got a note on my door just this last Wednesday saying that the bug boys were going to be back to hopefully finish the job. It says, you know, like allow up to like 72 hours or something to finally no longer see bugs. So it's been a couple of days, but still keeping my fingers crossed. Yeah, so I got a note on the door on Wednesday saying they were going to be here Friday. So, on the good side, this is the nicest my kitchen has looked since, before the public health crisis. So, I am, so I'm kind of proud of myself. As to how I got it all done Thursday night and into some Friday AM, I don't know. I had to. I made myself, so here we are now. You know what? Okay. So, I'm going to start bringing shit back into the kitchen since it has been a couple of days. I have seen a couple show their little ugly faces in here, but like the note said, that is in the area of something to expect. So I'm going to bring some I'm going to start bringing all of my utensils and all of that back in. I probably should have done a little bit of that before I started the stream, but I got talking to people in a Facebook group, and as I've said many times before, for some reason, I guess I can understand why Twitter has the reputation. A lot of people have explained how the way Twitter is designed is sort of designed to, you know, it's sort of designed to do what it does. Like, Twitter is doing what it's supposed to. But for some reason, possibly because of the limited character count and everything, well, I mean, technically all the social media platforms that I'm on have a limited character count. It's just like, Twitter is, makes it the smallest, right? So, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's because of that I just think, okay, I'm not going to say anything too deep, but at the same time, I end up getting into a lot of philosophical-ish kind of topics, because I've got a couple friends who are professors or working on degrees and all that. So, actually, I should do some dishes before, and, okay. I also need to get some laundry done tonight, but that is cleaning bleach. And we've got Kathleen Struhan and Megan Raquel. Hello, good morning. Borada Ving Bubble Rev. So unfortunately, I also I no longer have a kitchen rug like in front of my sink here. So and the reason I no longer have a kitchen rug is because, well, okay, it was a cheap ass thing from Target, and it had that kind of foam backing on it, you know, that goes on the underside, like that, you know, touches the floor. It's got a little bit of a grip to it, not too much, but you know, enough, right? Enough of a grip that it shouldn't be sliding around. Unfortunately, when you find yourself in the midst of a public health crisis depression hole, that you don't clean your floors that much, and you end up with the cheap ass rug. Seriously. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. You end up with the cheap ass rug. Oh, you little shits. Oh, you little sons of horse. But yeah, you end up with the cheap ass rug, like, adhering itself to the floor. So, I got to toss that little thing. And I'm going to crochet myself a new one. In fact, I kind of put off crocheting a kitchen rug because there was the cheap-ass one from Target up in here. Oh, you little fucker. Little shit for brains. Ugh. Nah, this is cheap-ass pressboard. I'm not gonna wet this shit down. Okay, but okay, I know this is for I know this is to condition my my good cutting boards, but okay, there's okay. But at the same time, let's see. No, that's because of this shit that's gotten warped over a couple decades, probably. But I do like the smell of that conditioning oil for my cutting boards. Oh my gosh. The person who started glass cutting boards needs to be dragged out to the guillotine or something, because... Hi! What's Murnau up to? Little bit of goofball. Here's my goofy little flip-ball. Oh shit. It's the manual to the blender I donated. I could have put that in with that. Oops. I haven't had that humidifier in years. Okay. Oh, that's the fan that caught on fire. Funny thing, the fan that caught on fire is the one that was maybe 10 years old. I've got this other one in the front room that's about 110 years old. I think somebody tweaked with the motor a little bit, so that if it starts overheating, it'll just kind of automatically shut off. I think somebody tweaked with the motor to do that. I'm gonna see. I'm only gonna renew them like maybe once, just to see, because I know I'm often looking for manuals for things on eBay, and I do see manuals come up periodically, so, you know, for other stuff. So I'm assuming there is something of a household appliance manual resale thing. I'm putting a bunch of shit on eBay soon. And tonight I am having Boylan Bottling Company black cherry soda made with cane sugar. Okay. Now I'm going to put this one here about. So yay, I get to make a brand new kitchen. What the hell is this? Oh, this is probably the bird feeder. But I presumably washed it, so. Okay. And I've got a spoon rest. And in addition to watching me do some dishes and stuff tonight, I am going to make a slow cooker lasagna. Seriously? I occasionally find really interesting little cans, like I found this. I don't know where this would be sold. I think somebody just bought it online, but I found a can for it just randomly out and about. So I've got it. I've got a couple other interesting looking little cans. We've got something from some kind of like craft. Oh, like little micro winery thing. Mataro's Punch, red wine with natural fruit flavors. Well, you know, wine is made from fruit, so. And the Sonoma Brew, red wine and natural cola flavor. Yeah, I didn't drink either of these. This sounds gross somehow. I mean, wine and cola, yeah, it does sound kind of gross. And then there's this that I just saw randomly one day. Little something, something ale. It's cute. I've got some amount of kitsch in the kitchen. Huh, funny how that works out, right? You know, I mean, I've got all those copper gelatin molds, so okay. Now, while my kitchen is kind of enormous for an apartment this size, I'm sitting on about 500 square feet. So the kitchen is about half the size of the front room, and the front room is a pretty standard size for a one-bedroom apartment. It's just, you know, this is technically an efficiency, so, you know, there's no door separating the bedroom. There is a wall, but, you know, that's just kind of floating. I say that because there are no doors, and there's no, you know, clear frame for doors. Like, there was not doors here at one time. In fact, I'm gonna do a filet crochet pattern that I got to put up a little curtain, at least on one side, to create some semblance of, you know, a feeling of privacy of sorts, perhaps. But then what happens? So even though my kitchen is huge for an apartment this size, it's got it's got real shit as far as storage space goes, you know, like the built-in storage space anyway. And I have to get the other ladder out of the storage closet. That's why I'm doing that for now, because I put the ladder in the storage closet. Why? It fits there fine. What the hell did I put the stock pot up there for? No, that's not going to work, but now it's way high up. Son of a bitch. Okay. I mean, I knew I was going to have to get the ladder out for all this, but I just kind of want to put it on just a little bit longer. Because right now the situation with the storage closet in the front room, that's I've got this valet, as in the piece of furniture, not Stephen Fry, living in my house and following me around to clean up my messes. Yes, I've watched a lot of Jeeves and Wooster. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've got a valet, and there's no room in my bedroom type area for it. It really wouldn't conveniently go in the closet. My bathroom is kind of tiny, so I kind of think if I was smart, I would sell it, but I don't know. I've had it for so long. It's a nice kind of to have, at least in my opinion anyway. I know Bestex thought it was completely superfluous, and he's just like, why do you want this? It just, like, I'm like, it's, you know, it'll, like, I can put nicer things on the back part to steam nicely, and, you know, when I get out the steamer, and it's just, wow, it's a nice little piece of furniture to have. That's why I wanted it. And I mean, yeah, it's a cheap-ass valet that I got on clearance for something like $15 at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, God. Over 10 years ago at this point. But still, it's a cute little piece. I like it. I just don't really have any practical room for it. So right now it's sitting in front of the storage closet, but I've also got some books sitting on it right now that I really ought to put away, or at least go through again and figure out exactly what all I'm doing with them. Some to donate, some maybe for eBay, cross my fingers. Either way, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to get the ladder out right now, but I have to, so. But yeah, I'm going to make a lasagna in the slow cooker. I'm going to make a slow cooker lasagna, and this is the first time I've ever done something like this. So we're going to do some science together. Well, not exactly. We're just going to do some kind of dumb experiment in my kitchen. We're going to watch me make probably ruin all this. Actually, no, I've only paid for the ground-style meat-like substance. Or did I? Why are these here like this? I need to wash those. I need to do some laundry tonight, too, so. But, because laundry involves a lot of going up and down. Oh, right, I also need to, finally call somebody to come fix the garbage disposal. This is all it's been doing for months now. I'm gonna rewash these a little bit. And new batteries in the Kit Kat. Okay. So, I also got a, so I went to Target to stock up on some household supplies and all that. And best part is so I went and I had like those Target Circle offers on the app, and it's got, you know, like a couple of offers, and one of them was, you know, activate this offer, buy $40 in household cleaning supplies, get a $10 gift card. So I did. So here's my cold press coffee pot that I paid like $3 out of pocket for. So nice. All right. Okay. I have used it every day since I got it. I love it. This thing is my life now. It is literally the easiest way to make good coffee. Or at least the laziest way, anyway. And have nice iced coffee in the middle of summer, because I don't want to be fucking around with the kettle in the middle of summer on my goddamn hot stove in the middle of summer. No, no, no. French press is for cold weather, for when it's nice and chilly in here. Seriously? Oh my gosh. So yeah, the French press is for, and it occurred to me, I have like, all of my coffee is like Bodum stuff. This was not necessarily intentional. So yeah, my French press, let's see. The French press, I swiped that from a roommate who sucked. Not Worst X, this was somebody else, and she is a horrible person. I have no idea how she has any friends, though, going by how often people came to, you know, come hang out with her or whatever at that apartment. I would say she doesn't have that many, and the ones that she has are kind of dumb. But anyway, so, yeah, when I moved out of that place, she had this goddamn brand new French press, you know, Bodum French press that had literally never been used. It, like, sat in the fucking kitchen, unused for a year. And I could tell it was unused for a year because, you know, the whole year I was there, at least, you know, that long it had gone unused. Because the box still had the tape intact. It clearly was not replacement tape, right? You know, it still had the little plastic bag wrapped around it inside, because they were still doing that then, because, you know, there was, you know, nobody was talking about the plastic crisis nearly as much as they are now. And she said something about it when everybody moved in, saying, oh yeah, you know, like, I got won this at a raffle at one of the jobs, you know, one of her jobs, and like I said, she literally never used it. So I swiped it on my way out because like I said, for a number of reasons, she's a horrible person. So I felt no remorse about taking a French press she literally never used, not even once, as just a minor payback for having to put up with her for that whole year, 1 year lease that I did before I moved into here. So the coffee grinder, again, Bodum, this was gifted from Best X around the time of my housewarming, about a month or so after I moved in here. Because he knows I like fresh coffee. In fact, yeah, I was at Kroger earlier today getting some fresh coffee, amongst a couple other things. All right. And I see like bags and bags and bags saying ground, ground, ground. And I see that and I comment garbage, garbage, garbage. Oh, finally, whole bean. I'm a fucking coffee snob. I am not ashamed of this. I will admit it. There's a number of reasons for it. So I know from experience I have to use like a lot of coffee to, you know, or it's going to come out looking like tea. And yes, I know, I don't have the thing like air sealed in here, so like why, you know, like just let me do coffee my way. Like, yes, I'm a coffee snob. I'm not like a complete snob about every aspect of my coffee, but I like it a particular way. I'm very particular about my coffee. One of the reasons I get very particular about my coffee is, so like my dad used to use his AA meetings as like emergency free babysitter. So my sisters and I grew up going to, wait, I lost count. Okay. Hold on. So yeah, like that's one of the reasons that like Mom is like such a comfort show for me, even though the last season was kind of, it was more than just that Anna Faris wasn't on there anymore. It just kind of felt a bit off, right? It was more than just the lack of Anna Faris. I don't know. It just felt like they weren't even trying at some point, but I digress. So yeah, like I said, my dad would use AA meetings as emergency, last minute, whatever, you know, otherwise free babysitter, right? So I grew up smelling that goddamn like 80 cup percolator, you know, like it's about like yay big, like it's about like yay tall, about like yay big around, and yeah, and there's a particularly acidic, almost metallic smell of burnt percolator coffee in these things because they don't get cleaned out very well. And it's the same no matter what city you're in. There is that AA coffee smell. And of course, my dad had a 60 cup percolator of coffee of his own at home. So, yeah, I have literally gotten so nauseated, I have vomited from the smell of burnt percolator coffee. Electric drip is basically percolator with extra steps. And electric drip is what they have at most fast food places. So one time, Best X and I were at a McDonald's drive-thru in the middle of the night, and there was that. And so it was like the middle of the night. It was like 2, 3 a.m. So they had the coffee going because like truck drivers are going to be coming through in about, you know, half an hour or so. You know, to take a break, get some coffee, etc. And so we were sitting there, and because it was like late summer, early autumn, they had the windows open a bit because it was nice outside and it was hot inside, so all of that, right? But still, like, the smell of burnt coffee just was like wafting into Best X's car as we were waiting for them to like hand us our drive-through after the club, right? And I I suddenly say to Best X, "Oh God, I feel so goddamn queasy right now." And he says, "Are you okay? Do you need to go to the bathroom?" I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I rush out the door. Like, I open up the door and I go to step out, but I can't even make like the full, like, you know, I can't even bring half of my body out before I suddenly just like throw up a little bit from the smell of burnt coffee. And so yeah, like, I like the smell of fresh coffee. I can't stomach the smell of burnt percolator electric drip coffee. It is just like one of those, like, it's just like one of those, you know, like bad memory, negative association kind of smells that doesn't really trigger any specific memories. It just, you know, triggers the feeling of just like feeling like I'm just like my whole existence is an inconvenience, and like I knew it wasn't as punishment, but you know, there's that feeling, like, because, you know, you're a kid. Like, even when you're a teenager, you're basically a kid, and you're feeling like, you know, whatever your parents are doing, it's some dumbass attempt to try and teach you how to be right. And so, like, oh, this smells good. And yeah, I'm gonna put the last of this on top of this, because there's not a whole lot. It's gonna end up mixed anyway, but so whatever. But anyway, yeah. So it's just like I said, just like one of those negative association kind of smells for me. I can't stomach. I cannot do burnt coffee. I cannot do fast food coffee. I cannot do cheap coffee. Oh God, yeah. I can't stand the smell of an open can of pre-ground Folgers. That is one of the worst things. Not nauseatingly worst, but I can't stand the smell. I can't do it. Can't do it. Can't make me. I refuse. Okay. Is the thing gonna work right? Of course not. I probably need to soak the filter into some CLR, but oh well. Seriously? Okay. Oh. Okay, so this is really easy. You get your Bodum, you fill it up to, basically up to about here-ish, right? So you can see there, so it's basically filled up to here-ish. And you want a nice coarse grind. I probably do it a little bit more coarse than the things at the store and all that, but this is how I like it. I like a nice extra coarse grind for my French press and this. In fact, I probably do it a little bit more coarse here, just, I don't know, not sure. I don't know. It's been a few months since I got out the French press. The French press is right here, so yeah, just like I said, like by sheer coincidence, all of my coffee stuff is from Bodum, and like I said, the French press I swiped from the roommate who sucks because she's an awful person. She literally never used it, so I'm just like, you know, if you're not going to appreciate this thing, I will. Fuck it. She never made a phone call or anything to ask if I had swiped it, so either she didn't notice it was gone, or she didn't care enough to, you know, go check with the old roommates to see who swiped it, right? So, and then, so yeah, then you add water up to about here, about here-ish. And then you let this steep in the fridge for a minimum of 12 hours. And that's not the time. What time is it now? It's in the area of 11. And I wake up at about noon, go to bed at about 4 a.m. So this is definitely going to have a minimum of 12 hours getting all nice and coffee. So, Okay. And I get to top this up so I can water the plants in the morning. Head foamer now. And Tuesday I get to take in returnable bottles because this is Michigan. Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. And I get to put this right hereabouts for now because it is too heavy for her now to tip over, and it keeps Phoebe from opening up the cupboard to the household chemicals while she's looking for where where I hide the food. Oh, Phoebe can open doors. Okay, yeah, like, you know, it's the kitchen cabinet doors. They don't really have a latch, but so I probably made that sound more impressive than it actually is for a second there. But yeah, Phoebe can open doors, so that's why I have that's why I've got this little cast iron doorstop of little cats doing, I don't know. Is this the locomotion? It sort of looks like a can, but they'd have to be facing out, and they're not. They're just like marching little critters. Oh, that's adorable. But yeah, and that protects the magic cupboard from Phoebe. If you caught the reference, you're at least as lame as I am. If you did not, there's a comic strip, Get Fuzzy by Darby Conway, which, much like Garfield, is about a cartoonist and his cat and dog. The cat's name is Bucky. He's a Siamese mix who has one tooth, thus his name. And the dog is a Shar-Pei named Satchel. Unlike in Garfield. Seriously? Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, yeah, I gotta get somebody down here for the fucking garbage disposal. My kitchen is no longer embarrassing, so... Okay, let's see, wash up the top of the kitty butter dish. Wash out the bottom. Oh yeah. But yeah, there's a strip where Rob, the owner, says, oh hey, it looks like we're completely out of food. I should go to the grocery store. And Satchel replies, "The magic cupboard is empty?" Then Rob says, "No, there is no magic cupboard. I put food in here. Me." Then Bucky responds, "Sure, Robbo, just like the big bad government makes the water come out of the faucet." So yeah, Best Dex and I, we had a couple collections of Get Fuzzy between us. He's still got a couple. I've got the ones I bought still. I can't remember. Was that strip in one of mine? I don't remember. But yeah, like he and I love that strip. He's got a couple strips, or at least last I saw his cubicle at his job, he had a couple strips like thumbtacked up on his cubicle walls. Excuse me. But yeah, it's really entertaining, and like I said, the magic cupboard just kind of became a thing he and I would say about, the specific, cabinet in which we hide the cat food from from the cats, right? Because sure, of course they think it's a magic cupboard. And you're trying to convince, no, Cato, I put food in here, me. This is my job. Sure. And then there's my cats who are sitting there like, sure, Rowan, sure. Just like just like your magical disability check pays the rent. Okay. Okay, shopping bag, receipt. Okay, so these ones have been cleaned, but oh, I did do a bit of, yeah. Okay. Now I do have some cat stuff up on top of the counter here, just because some stuff it's just easier to have it up here, like their various knips. This is a really entertaining brand of catnip. In fact, like they also sell big jars of it, where it's clear that they picked and dried like little branches of catnip, but they formed the bundles to dry in a way to mimic to mimic cannabis. So but yeah, like this one of these size jars, you know, it's just regular looking catnip. But yeah, it is pretty damn strong. My cats love it. Fun fact, 1 in 6 cats do not react to catnip. In fact, Scott's Best Ex's cat, Chunk, she is not the biggest fan of catnip. Now, there's some catnip stuff that she does like, but, you know, because she's just not especially entertained by catnip in general, he and I are kind of wonder sometimes, like, you know, like, is it the catnip that's got her interested in this one toy, or is it because this one toy is designed in a way that she just really likes, you know? So, but yeah. I don't know where that 1 in 6 figure came from, though, because most of the cats I've had, and I've had more than 6, yeah, aside from Chunk, every cat I've lived with loves catnip. So, I don't know where that 1 in 6 figure came from. Unless I just managed to avoid a whole lot of duds. No. If your cat is not enthralled by catnip, they are not a dud. They're just differently abled. They're just differently entertaining. Right? Okay. So, slow cooker lasagna. Which is, oh my gosh. Oh, my mother. And my younger sister. Oh. Yeah, I should watch this movie. So, I got this. Now, I've got a bigger slow cooker that, I was never especially a fan of. It's just like one of those big, like, 6-quart ones and all that, and it's got the big ceramic thing inside and all, and I don't know, I've just never been an especially big fan of that one. It's big, it's unwieldy, it's kind of ugly, right? But I picked up this one. Obviously, we've got vintage 19, the font I would guess mid-50s, we've got a high fry, which says cooker and fryer, automatic electric. So yeah, we've got recommended cook and simmer times, you know, yeah, cooking temp and simmer times on one side, and recommended heat and deep fry times on this side. So let's see, it says spaghetti 275 until boiling and then simmer until done. What the hell is that supposed to mean? So let's see, how do we figure this is gonna, now, I've known that recipes for a slow cooker lasagna exists. Why did I say lasagna though? Barely entertaining story. One of the few times my mother ever made a lasagna, which was at my request because I was 6 or 7 years old and really into Garfield. Now, I would have been about 7 or 8, because my younger sister was reading, so yeah, I would have been 7 or 8, because Molly was reading at that time, and I was reading at about the age 2.5. Molly was a slow reader in terms of, like, you know, like how long it took her to figure shit out and all that, but yeah, I know she was definitely reading at that time, because yeah, so my mother, so because it was the 80s, my mother just, like, sent me to the next aisle over to get lasagna noodles, and I had only been familiar with the way it was spelled in the Garfield comic, so, but, it clearly wasn't this brand, so I was only familiar with it being spelled this way in the Garfield comic, but the only brand I saw, it ended with an E, right? So I brought over the lasagna noodles, and so there's my younger sister going, ha ha ha, you think you're so smart, that's not lasagna, that's lasagna! And of course, because it was the 80s and my mother was kind of nuts, just kind of softly backhanded, it was just like, can't you just, that is lasagna, that's just a different way to spell it. I'm like I said, it was the 80s, like, backhanding your children was socially acceptable then, certainly more so than it is now. Okay. Storage closet. Okay, so, thank you, Mop, that needed to be on the floor. So, alright. Okay, trash. Shit. Is it worth saving these extensions? Probably. I have so little in the way of good hair. Okay. Trash I can stick right there. Okay, yeah, I need to put the maybe not need to, but I could stand to put the cat carriers back in the closet. So, this would be Nigel's carrier. They're all folded up right now. I'm not going to unfold them. So, Nigel's carrier has wheels on the bottom. It is recommended, so, like, this is a side, just, like, folded down onto the bottom. So, yeah, it has wheels on the bottom. This is the medium-sized carrier for this style and brand, and the little cardboard sleeve that it came wrapped in when I bought it. It recommended for Cocker Spaniels, small Jack Russells, Pekingese, Pomeranian-sized dogs, Maine Coons. Recommended weight over 16 pounds, whereas the small recommended up to 16 pounds. And Nigel usually hovers around 17. So, so yeah, this is he's a big boy. He's a big boy. He's my big boy, and you are now, and you're a cutie. a cute little noodle. And here's the other one. One of the other. Actually, I've got like 4 carriers. Now I've had the 2 smaller ones. This one folds up differently. This is the one I often use for feeding. As to the backpack style one is. Where the fuck did it go? It was right here. It might be under my bike baskets right now. But yeah, the zipper on that one like broke. So I'm gonna be repairing the zipper, as in like, by which I mean I'm gonna be replacing the zipper. By which I mean I'm going to take my sewing owl and just like add a heavy-duty zipper onto, like sew it close onto the fabric portion of the old zipper because because this thing cost me something like $50 when I was a little space bubble, and I am afraid that if I took the zipper properly all the way off, I would ruin it. Whereas if I add a new zipper on top of the old zipper, it has a better chance of staying together. Especially with like the molded plastic that's up all over that thing. So I'm like, I only want to mess around with this so much. Only just so much. I want to do something I know is not going to destroy it and make me feel like I wasted that like $50 that I spent almost about 4 years ago. Because that's how old we're now is. Right, you noodle? What you doing? Okay. The complete nonsense of Edward Lear. Why do I have books like all over the place? This is... Okay. Okay. On an upcoming Sunday Night Owl craft stream, I'm going to be making a new one of this. I love this bag, but I've had it something like 10 years now. It is very much falling apart. It's it's one of those reusable shopping bags. But I've had stuff that I'm gonna make a new one, but I need to use son of a bitch. All right, ladder got forked up around it. All right, I got it out. I got the ladder out. All right. Hello, now, little goofball. Now, is you the goofy little noodle? Now, here's my goofball. Here's my goofy little goofball. You. Seriously? Oh, all right. Now, I did also take out a couple of decks here. Because it's been a while since I've done any farting around with those, and I am... Oh, okay. Alright, set there for minimum destruction. I also painted this a couple of days ago, so I'm going to put it just outside my the door to my unit, like off to the side, right over where the painting I made with the unit number on it is, because my wreaths cover up the number. So on the occasions that somebody lets in a delivery driver So yeah, on the occasion somebody lets in a delivery driver and they end up like walking up and down the halls to find my place, I discovered that having a wreath over the number is not a great idea for such situations. So yeah, I did a little painting that has the number up on there. Wait, what did I get out the ladder for initially? Okay, I needed to get out the ladder for something. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. Oh, right, never mind. Oh, I also needed to, that's right. Because I can't, submerge that, the new cooker. So, right, this is the other thing I cut in here for. Ooh. Okay, now it goes there. Kerosene goes there. Okay. So, no. I can't think of anything to do with that right now, so into the recycling bin it goes. So, let's see. Okay, I finished my bottle of soda, so... Okay. Stay. Ah, yes, I'm one of those assholes who has reusable ice cubes. And Kroger branded Crystal Light substitute. Now I can, okay, Crystal soap on this. Hand wash the, Oh, it looks like the old handle might have gotten lost at some point, but that's why I have tongs. Several sets of tongs. Okay, so oven-ready lasagna, no boiling required. Simple ingredients, big taste. I read the instructions on this a couple of days ago, but just to refresh myself, okay, half cup water or milk for every 5 lasagna noodles used. Cover pan with tin foil, that's not going to be necessary here. Follow your regular lasagna recipe cooking instructions. Remove foil for the last 10 minutes of cook time. All right. Now let's see. Okay, I'm going to want to turn this dial all the way to off. Okay, so let's see. Let's plug you in. Whoa. Now I might want to put you. All right. Wait, seriously? Okay. Ha! Ha 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 ha! All right. But seriously, no, stop it. Ha ha! Wait. Okay. Nothing wrong with you, reusable. Oh, thanks. I don't know, like, I've just gotten in the habit of saying, yes, I'm one of those assholes who blank, and, oh, that is warm. Okay, that is warm. So, even though it is all the way on the off-ish position, it still gets nice and toasty a little bit. Okay, so, I'm gonna bring this down to on here. Hey. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna... Ah! Whoop. Ha ha ha! Okay, so I'm gonna unplug this for a bit and... Oh yeah, there's a coil in there. Okay, so...
Hello, Miss Phoebe.
Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna like Frankenstein up. Ah! Well, like I said, at least my kitchen is not embarrassing anymore, so... Okay. So I'm just gonna like Frankenstein a recipe together here, you know, as in the doctor who like made Adam from various assorted parts. So I'm pretty sure there's one. Best X also got me this as part of the housewarming. I'm like, thanks. He collects all sorts of cookbooks. I'm always looking out for ones that he'd like, but yeah, I guess I don't know, like maybe I think there is a Trader Joe's in Lansing now, so maybe he got this as like some kind of promotional thing when they opened up. Okay, cooking tips about the recipes. Is there an index? Trader Joe's locations. That's okay. I guess that could be useful. Ah, yes, the Ann Arbor location is on Stadium Boulevard. That used to be where the yeah, that used to be a Whole Foods, and then they moved into the plaza where there's the Barnes & Noble now. Okay, sandwich, soup, salmon, salad, and lentil. Really? There's seriously not a lasagna recipe in here? Okay. Oh! Pack a lunch. That explains so much now. I could take that right back to the bookshelf right now, but actually no, that's gonna cause terror. Okay, keto slow cooker, 65 low carb, high fat, no fuss, ketogenic recipes. I've seen some stuff about the keto diet for what's it called? Pain management. And I kind of want to talk to my doctor about it. I've seen some mixed stuff. So I want to see if I want to talk to her and see if she knows anything good. Slow cooker sizes while you're away. Wait, seriously? Okay, I thought for damn sure. Okay, wait. Breakfast, soup, stews, chilies, sides and appetizers. No. Chicken and turkey, pork and lamb, beef, condiments, sauces, and stocks, desserts. Okay, so I guess it'll be pork, lamb, or beef. So, I mean, I know the whole keto thing is not, like, pasta friendly, but I know some people like to like use, I don't know, something to substitute the pasta. So pork chops, mustard glazed pork roast, country ribs and sauerkraut, pulled pork and lettuce wraps, carnitas, spinach stuffed pork loin, barbecue ribs, lamb ragout. Ooh, that sounds good, but I have like 0 lamb right now. Ooh, okay, that stuffed pork loin looks great. I gotta admit that. Okay, ribs, wait. Oh, okay, beef. Tomato pesto roast beef, balsamic beef, Italian stuffed flank steak, chipotle beef. Okay, we've got something vaguely past. It's probably done with zucchini noodles. Chipotle beef with fresh tomato salsa, beef stroganoff, Korean style short ribs, Chicago beef rustic, beef ragout, braised brisket with onions. Okay, we've got nothing lasagna-like here. But because I love to show this off every time, this is seriously one of my favorite things that I ever found in those, like, you know, free library, you know, like take a book, leave a book kind of deals. Oh my gosh, the Complete Fruit Cookbook. And you notice already on the cover, there is like random erotic illustrations. And this was published in like 1970. Yeah, it used to be part of the Huron Valley Public Library. That makes it, 1972. 101 Productions, San Francisco, 1972. That says a lot. And it's just, for some reason, there's this like random erotic art through this whole cookbook. I love it. Like even, oh shit, where's a good book? There's a beautiful, beautiful drawing. Yes. With just the way these hands are drawn, holding whatever the hell that's supposed to be. It looks like maybe, I don't know, looks like it could be a mango, could be an apple. Who knows? Whatever. It's very seductive looking somehow. I love this. This is the kind of thing that could have only been published in 1972. It's amazing. It's just so random and weird. Why? Why does it exist like this? Now see, this is the kind, even this, like we've got lemons here. We've got lemons here that are drawn in a specific way to look like large pendulous breasts, as Aunt Gail once said. I love this. I love this. This is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it was in an LFL. Oh my gosh. We've got Oh, I've got to get caught up on the chat. I can tell people are being a little bit fun. Okay. Get myself on the philosophical debates. Magan says it's hot as hell where they're at right now. Yeah, it's allegedly a really nice temperature in Ipsy right now, but it's so goddamn humid, and my apartment is such a goddamn humidity trap. I should just buckle down and get a dehumidifier one of these days, but I'm stubborn. Oh, good evening too, Darkly Tailored. But you can't safely cut on the glass cutting board. Right, yeah, well, plus, they will ruin your knives. Glass cutting boards will ruin your knives. Whoever invented those, like, whoever started that as a thing, like, that drove me nuts about living with the roommate who sucked. And it wasn't so much her, but, like, one or two of the other roommates. Well, one of their other roommates definitely loved glass cutting boards, like, preferred them. I'm like, why? I mean, yeah, they look nice, but they're not really safe. They will ruin your knives. And yeah, sure, I have a full set of vintage Ginsu kitchen knives. that I got at, I think it was PTO Thrift Shop, the Ann Arbor PTO Thrift Shop, for less than $3 for the whole set. They were marked at like, 25 and 35 cents each, right? So less than $3 for like 5 steak knives, large utility, small utility, chef's knife, and bread knife, right? So, a fairly basic set, less than $3. I had to go find my own, knife block, but it drove me goddamn nuts when one of the other roommates would use my, and like I said, like, it's Ginsu knives. I mean, for the price that, they cost new, they're decent convenience knives. I mean, for the price, you really get a good knife for the price. I mean, especially in the 80s, like I said, they're not the best, like, kitchen knives to own. Like, they're not some fancy thing, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good for the price, right? And, I like to take care of my things. So, yeah, so, like, when I would see one of the other roommates, like, using my good-ass knives on the glass cutting boards, I really had, oh gosh, I came damn near losing at one time, just because, like, it was some kind of deal where, like, I told people, like, half a dozen times, like, do not use my knives on the glass cutting boards. Use them on any other cutting boards. Hell, use them on a goddamn paper plate instead. Or, if you must use them on the glass cutting board, like, put down a paper plate or something. Like, put a paper plate between the knife and the cutting board, right? But, like, no, there was, like, still at least one of those people who just, like, kept doing it to the point where, I want to say, like, my last month in that place, I just kept my knives in my bedroom, right? I kept my knives in my bedroom, away from the cats, but, yeah, it's like, yeah, only thing they're good for is display purposes. Yeah, because they're really pretty. I've seen some really pretty glass cutting boards, but, like, no, they are not for cutting boards. Oh, Siska, hello! It's been a little bit. Oh, and Danine's on here. Nothing wrong with reusable ice cubes. Oh, yeah, like I said, I don't know. I say to people sometimes, yeah, I'm one of those, oh, right, yeah, the first time Worst X was over while I was hanging up my laundry. I pick up my socks, which I pin together. I pin them together at the cuff, before I do my laundry, and I say to him, yeah, I'm one of those assholes who pins his socks together to, when doing the laundry, and and he just kind of, like, chuckled and rolled his eyes about it, because, well, it was, like, the first time he was over while I was hanging up my laundry, and things were still going pretty good, and it was, like, still the middle of summer, and I could not tell by smell that he did not do his laundry himself at all, ever, because everybody is smelling sweaty and gross in the middle of summer. Especially when it's as humid as it is here. And yeah, I love this. Yeah, I've got a real gem here. Yeah, I do. This is, like, this is, like, the way some of these fruits are drawn. It's like just random erotic art in a cookbook of, various fruit recipes. Like, for no reason at all, it's just filled with random erotic art. Oh my gosh, some of these peaches, right? It's wonderful. I love it. And I love to show it off every chance I get. This is one of those books that I take when friends come over for whatever reason. Well, like, if I know that they're a friend who, can handle random erotic art, filling up a fruit cookbook for some reason that can only be explained by 1972 San Francisco. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite things. Especially in one of those, like, take a book, leave a book things, right? This is one of my favorite things that I ever found for free, and I'm just, it's wonderful. I said, this is one of those books that I get out, like, when I have friends coming over for whatever reason. I have to show it off. It's just amazing. Okay, so we've got a couple other things in here that might have what I'm looking for. Let's see. International Fondue Cookbook. I don't think that's going to help me right now. These are all... Okay, these are all vintage gelatins. Step by step home preserves. Culinary collection from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I doubt there's going to be a slow cooker recipe in there. Okay. Okay, so let's see, I've got two things that might have something I can... Ah, crap. Okay, natural cooking the food processor way, the electric vegetarian, which again, very vintage, early mid-80s. Let's see. 1980! Alright, I said earlier mid-80s, 1980. This is one of like my completely useless superpowers. Is when I'm watching old movies, I can especially silent era through early 60s. So like early 20th century through mid 20th century. I can often guess the year of the film. With a 2-year margin of error, you know, either direction, by the font alone. It's stupid. It is like the most useless superpower, right? To be able to guess things within a year by font. But it's fun. Okay, pastas and sausage, page 63. Will that have something vaguely lasagna-like? That have something that... Okay, pastas and sauces, basic techniques. As you see, I have... like... if I were smart... Because I've been wanting to make this, like, for a while, because, like, this was a food pantry find, and... Oh no, this is all about, like... These are all... Okay, so far we've got recipes... Making noodles. Wait, lasagna serves 8. Wait, okay, here we are. Okay. Okay, lasagna serves 8. Food processor takes the work out of shredding and grating the cheese for this classic dish. Okay, that's good to know, I suppose. Whole wheat egg Wait, what? Using egg noodles for lasagna? That sounds sad. It does. Like, why the hell would you use egg noodles for lasagna? That just sounds very sad. Okay, or 8 ounces purchased whole wheat lasagna noodles. But still, like, why would you use egg noodles for a lasagna? That's very sad. That makes me... That may think somebody was deprived as a child. Okay. Cooking, baking, 40 to 55 minutes. Cook, purchase noodles according to package directions. Okay, that's not necessary. Okay, so this wants $3.50. This recommends $2.75 for spaghetti. Okay, so this can... Okay, yeah, this can do up to about 400. Okay. Yeah, it fits up on here really nicely. Alright, nice. I like that in a thing that I'm going to sit up on top of my cooker, because I do not want to mess around with the oven to have a lasagna. Okay, spinach lasagna. Oh, that's right, I've got a bunch of spinach that's about to turn on me, so that's why I wanted to do this. Okay, spinach lasagna. Okay. Okay, this doesn't say anything else about... Okay, yeah, this variation of the basic lasagna, see index, which is going to direct you to this page. Okay. So, Okay, so let's see. Okay, the weekend cook. This might have something recommended for a slow cooker. Yeah, there's the only, just the one slow cooker recipe book I've got. So, beautiful weekend breads, Monday morning boosters, Friday night global takeout. What the hell? This is... Okay, how the hell did I get this? This... Okay. Lemons, lambs, lobster. Okay, we've got... peanuts, pastry, pasta... Okay. Okay, this is the closest thing I've got to something having a lasagna recipe that might be compatible with this thing. So, let's see. Okay, lid fits nicely. Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see, this one did turn on me. This one, oddly no. Okay, so let's see, what else are we going to throw into this? Let's see. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, let's see. I got some shredded cheese, some feta cheese, some Beyond Meatballs, Italian style. Oh yeah, that has turned on me. So, just to confirm that I am taking that bag of trash tonight. These, not so much. And I've had this one around longer than the other one, which makes me really question what the hell Kroger is doing to their vegetables. Okay, so let's see. I do need to make a new, one of these. First week Michigan was on lockdown, the little Catholic boy that will always exist in my head, went out and got a St. Jude candle, because, you know, patron saint of lost causes. That is what first week of lockdown did to me. Okay, let's see. Cat treats from the carriers and some sidewalk chalk. I know. I say I'm gonna be straightening out some stuff in my kitchen, and what do I do instead? I randomly stick things in places. Okay. Recipe card box. Okay. That goes to the returnables. This goes. Let's see. Okay, I got my packaging supplies here. Oh, there's the space bubble. It was where I set it. It was where I thought it was going to be. Which was underneath the bicycle baskets. Sweet. Okay. Little top things from my thing. So let's see, does this want me to, like, cook them up first? Okay, recommended cooking instructions. Okay, not recommended. Microwaving, boiling water, deep frying. Do not consume raw. Okay, so I do have to cook them up first. Okay, fair enough. I got a thing here like this. I should put this in the sink. Okay. Oh, never mind. That's why it's doing its thing. Okay. Okay, cast iron on a medium high. So I'm thinking I probably won't need both of these, but I got two just in case. So they don't smell like meat, but they do smell good. It's an try the. Oh, I love the Beyond stuff. The only problem is that it costs a shit ton. It costs a lot, so it's kind of like my treat to myself, like every other week or so. Definitely like every food stamp renewal day. So. And yeah, I'm only like semi-veg because, well, cheese and eggs is a lot cheaper than having meat every day. And I do like to try all kinds of things that, you know, I can have, and I'm allergic to soy, so the Beyond stuff is really good. It just costs a lot. So, yeah, and yeah, because I'm anemic, and I can't take iron supplements, and my doctor, even though my doctor's a vegetarian and her daughter is vegan, she's oh yeah, when Worst X was first around, when like things were still kind of like rosy and stuff between he and I would just like, I kind of like was almost full-time vegetarian, just because it's easier to cook one meal for two people than two separate meals for, right? And then I got my blood levels checked, and my doctor was like, your iron and I think she said vitamin D and B were like at some of the lower levels. She said it was like the lowest she'd seen my iron get since high school. So, and she asked if I had any dietary changes, or if I was like, she literally asked if it was like food insecurity, right? And I said no, but I am seeing this guy who's a vegetarian. And she says, okay, that explains a lot. Just have a burger like once a week. That will help you out, because I can't take the iron supplement due to terrible constipation and okay. So and I've got issues with that anyway because I was on Vicodin for a couple of years. So it's just easier to have like beef once, maybe twice a week, and be, you know, more or less vegetarian the rest of the time. So okay, so let's see. of a bitch. The watering can for my plants decided to drip out the spout because of the way it shook when I moved it to the side. This is fun. I'm having a fun night. Actually, I kind of am. It's not so bad tonight. So, speaking of not so bad tonight, a few weeks ago, sometime in July, they didn't really post the date that it happened. They just announced, like, oh yeah, Nectar was reopening sometime in July. And so I found out like second or third week they'd reopened, and you know, thus the upload that I did last night, that was filmed Monday before I went out to go pass out birthday cupcakes to everybody. And then what happens? So yeah, Factory Mondays in Ann Arbor at Necto is back on. They are not checking for like vaccination cards at the door, but it is advised that, like, please don't, if you haven't been vaccinated, and if you have some medical reason not to be vaccinated, just like for your own safety, wear a mask. Like, this isn't any like kind of official recommendation that I've seen from anybody, but it is just some common sense that I'm going to pass along. Okay. And then let's see. And then the following week after that, I didn't go back because Nigel wanted some laugh time, and I ended up missing the bus because Kitty. I mean, it was my cat Nigel, right? I mean, he's my sweet boy. He's my sweet boy. He loves me so much. And it was a week where the humidity was down enough that it was comfortable to cuddle. Of course, if you ask Murnau, any time is comfortable enough to cuddle. Because Murnau is insane. He is insane. My poor little cat, he's nuts. He's nuts. Nigel has a brain in his head. Murnau's a sweet boy, but he's kind of nuts. Okay, so this recommends, what is it, half a cup of water per 5 noodles. Okay, so let's see. So let's see. I've got meatballs, spinach, feta, mozzarella. Let's see. What kind of sauce do I want to throw in with this? So I've got a Primal Kitchen no dairy garlic Alfredo with olive oil. Vegan, soy-free, no added sugar, made from cashews, keto certified, paleo certified. Wow, they went all out getting all their little certificates and shit. So let's see. This sounds pretty good, but oh no, the cheeses are dairy, so. But I'm thinking because of the meatballs, I might want to go with the red sauce. Okay. I need to do that. Very good. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Seriously?
Ah, no, stop falling.
No, not bolognese. Okay. Okay, so I've got a can of Del Monte traditional spaghetti sauce, and a can of Red Gold diced tomatoes with basil, garlic, and oregano. So, like I said, I'm just kind of Frankensteining this thing together. I'm just like throwing shit into a pot and hoping for the best. Because because that is the kind of cooking my parents taught me. As I've said a couple times before, my father was widowed at the age of 19. His first wife, she was in like this freak traffic accident, and let's see, yeah, they were married when she was still 17 and he was 18, and they didn't even have to, as they would have said in 1960. No, they just waited until she was old enough to skip over the state line to Indiana, where even if you weren't from that state, as long as you were 17 minimum, like you didn't need your parents' permission to get hitched. So, so yeah, and they were married almost a year, and she was like 4 or 5 months along, and then there was like this freak traffic accident, and so yeah, like he just kind of lost it a little bit. Like, you know, when you're a widower at 19, of course, like, you know, it's gonna feel like life is not handing you a great deal, right? So, so yeah, he spent most of the 60s hopping freights, and so that is how he learned the cooking method of find a bunch of stuff, throw it in a pot, hope for the best. So that is what I'm doing here. Like, this is not something my dad ever did, because I don't think they made oven-ready lasagna noodles in 1962. Definitely not something a bunch of hobos would find and, you know, throw into a slow cooker, right? Okay, these look generally cooked. Yeah, I'm not going to fill this all the way up. It's not going to be like a huge-ass thing. So, let's see. Okay, so I've got down a layer of 3 halves of these. So let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And this can go there. And I'll get some water here. Okay, gonna get half a cup at a time. And let's see, so we've got a layer of lasagna noodles, because I have both the Hyperbole and a Half Ali Broche books. So, wait. Okay. I had a can opener. I had 2 kinds of can openers. One was the little fish thing. Okay. God damn it. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go on to the balcony real quick. Scoot some more. Thank little bit more. Just a little bit more. Thank you, honey. Okay. Is there a can opener in here? Okay. Please, please, please. This would make sense. And apparently it made too much sense. Okay. Okay, well there's my mixing bowl, a couple of food storage jobbies, my Corel set, wherein every time I post what I'm eating on Instagram on those plates, I get at least one person responding, "Hey, my mom had those plates!" I'm like, yes, everybody's mom had these plates. Thank you. Like, we all needed this confirmed. Okay, toaster over there. Hey! It was somewhere that made some kind of sense to me. It was in the knife block. It's a flat knife block, so like the handles are on one side and... Okay. Pop there. Pop it on the other side so that it aerates. Okay. Okay, let's see. Get a layer of sauce. Digging around for my... Oh, wait, no, I've got the pocket knife. Okay, I could have gone digging around for my knife-style can opener right now, which I really am not in the mood to do. But I remembered I've got the pocket knife that has also a that's the bottle opener side. Seriously? Seriously. There's the can opener side. I need to take some. Alright. Seriously? Stop it. Okay, so from here, I can... There we go. All right. Okay. Now, because my kitchen sucks for like storage space with like drawers and shit, I've got a little round basket style thing with like dividers to break it up into 4 sections. I got it at Target a couple of years ago. So I've got my flatware in there. Let's see, a layer of tomatoes. There we go. Okay. I'm going to break these meatballs up a little bit with the tongs as I put them in. Excuse me. There we go. Mash it, mash it, mash it. Okay. There we go. Okay. was 3 of them. So. Full whip. Gonna rinse off the spinach a little bit. I could go get my salad spinner, but it's in the cabinet. I don't want to fuck around with the ladder right now. Regular spinach. Okay. Stay. And you know what? I could. Okay, so let's. Of course, it doesn't say 325 where it ought to, so I just kind of have to eyeball it. Because then again, it also recommends something on here to be at 385. I'm like, what the hell? You only mark it at the 150 intervals, so I don't know how that's supposed to work. Pick up some feta. And a little bit of, okay, looks like a mozzarella and white sharp cheddar blend. Okay. And now I'm going to take these other lasagna noodles in the other direction. That was a little bit on the... Okay. Layer of noodles. A little bit of sauce. Let's see some tomatoes. Oh, shit. I probably could have stood to line this with parchment first. Ah, whatever. Okay. I'm gonna break up another meatball. Hello now. What's up, little noodle? You hear me talk about noodles? Think I'm inviting you over? Yeah, probably. No. Is my goofball. Is a goofy little floofball. Spinach and a little feta. And some shredded cheese. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so to use the rest of this up, I'm going to need to do one more noodle. So it's going to be 6, so I'll add like another ounce or so of water to the cup there. Cooking show in real time. It's a really dumb idea. Who wants to watch me do this? Some really weird people, I'm sure. Like, there's a reason I refer to people who want to watch me on YouTube as strange people. Like, I don't understand the appeal of it. Like, everybody gives the advice, like, if you want to start a YouTube channel, like, make videos that you want to see. And, well, we see how well that turned out for Jimmy Snow, since the Sometimes Show is apparently killing his channel almost as much as the fact that he's a little wiener is. I did not add meatballs to this. I could decide a quarter. Oh, well, screw it. It's lasagna. But yeah, and so... And I've discovered that, I mean, it kind of started when I was doing, like, my live streams with doing puzzles. And it started out where, like, I wouldn't even say anything in the earliest puzzle streams. I think those are mostly still archived, too. And, like I said, I didn't even say anything in the earliest puzzle streams, and people would watch it, and it just kind of like started as like this weird performance art kind of experiment that I made up for myself, just like see what kind of strange things people people on YouTube will watch if it's live, right? That's kind of how I started doing this thing on Sundays, and you know, it expanded beyond like puzzles into other hobbies. At some point I just started talking about whatever stuff and nonsense comes into my head. Speaking of Facebook groups, that's the social media that turns me into a little jackass. Like, whatever Twitter does to people, like normal people, Facebook does to me. And one of the reasons I was a couple minutes behind this week is because somebody on one of the, I think it was like a Weird Hill group or something. No. I think it was one of the queer book groups I'm in, and somebody was just like very perplexed by this this comment that somebody who was like a friend of a friend made, and like the mutual friend was asking for people's opinions about this mug, and so the friend of friend said something about how they have a couple of variously gendered mugs, you know, being you know, feeling gender fluid and all. So but of course the weirdo who posted it to the group I'm in was just like, oh, is this person just like wanting attention really bad or something? And you know, so it had like, now the mug in question that started this kerfuffle was it said something like, let's get something straight, I'm not, with, you know, like a rainbow flag background. And the context we were given, because that part was clipped out of the screen cap, was so yeah, a friend of mine was asking people for their opinions on this mug. Now, the commenter above the person making the comments about their differently gendered mugs for like whatever their gender fluidity makes them go that day, just said something like, my partner and I have this same mug. Now, you will notice that is not an opinion. That is a statement of fact. It is a fact you know, they are clearly stating that, yes, we own this mug. But, like, it says nothing about their opinion of the mug. So, keep this in mind for a second. So, then what happens is, I comment something like, dude, this is just somebody who's thinking very abstractly, and, you know, this is common with people with ADHD and, you know, other neurodivergences, not necessarily autism. A lot of people on the autism spectrum tend to think very literally to a fault. Now, I mean, like I said, like, that's a tendency. That's a tendency. Like, I framed this as a tendency, so nobody come for me, please. Like I said, I'm just making broad comments about tendencies, not absolutes. But anyway, so, like I said, I point out that, like, you know, there are people who are on the autism spectrum who also have a dual diagnosis with, what's it called? ADHD, or somewhere on the schizoaffective spectrum, which is, like, you know, bipolar on one end, schizophrenia on the other. My sister, who passed away most recently, she was schizoaffective. I've got a couple of really good friends who are on that spectrum as well. One of them is a bit more on the schizophrenic side, and actually, like, he wasn't properly diagnosed. He had a really interesting upbringing, like, even compared to mine, with my mother being the retired Zappa groupie. So, yeah, like, long story short, his parents were, like, somewhat, you know, traditional, Roma, like, lived nomadically in a bit. They, and all that, so like, he kind of made it work for him until, like, sometime in his mid-20s, he just got brutally depressed, and was, you know, diagnosed as a schizoaffective, that, like, you know, he had a depressive swing that just really hit suddenly in his mid-20s. But yeah, I digress. So, and then somebody, said something about how, you know, that kind of explains a lot, because, you know, she has ADHD, and and she's always, like, kind of forming these odd little connections in her head, because, like I said in the comment, that, like, no, this person is just thinking very abstractly. You know, it is indeed related to the post, because these are both comments. You know, this is a comment about, you know, like, owning a quirky LGBT-ish mug that, you know... Oh, I forgot to plug it back in. Oops. That might be helpful. I was wondering why it wasn't getting warm. Oops. But yeah. And so I said something about how, I was in a D&D group for a while with, Best X and Lansing, and a couple of people in that D&D group had, you know, just, like, kind of playfully, like, you know, it was a very good-natured, like, nickname, like, called me Segway. Like, not like the little, mall cop scooters, but as in, like, I had a reputation of making some of the more, like, some of the more abstract conversational segues in topic, right? And I used an example when I was commenting in response to the person who says, oh yeah, that might explain why I just say such random stuff, you know, with my ADHD, right? So I mentioned, and this actually happened. So one time, with the D&D group, I'm gonna get out the folding chair. My back kind of hurts a bit. I'm also gonna rinse feta off my fingers real quick. So yeah, and this actually happened. So one time we were talking about the differences between, I think it was like 3rd and 4th edition gnomes in D&D, you know, as characters. And I know in that edition that we were playing, bards were, bards could have a skill of vicious mockery. And so my head is like making a connection to that. I once described it to somebody, like having an ADHD brain is like, have you ever seen Malcolm in the Middle? And specifically the episode where he describes that his brain works kind of like a beehive, and they're like each bee is making one connection to another, and it's all like that. It's like that's kind of like how my brain works. Is I don't even have to. I'm not even really sure exactly how my brain gets there. Hi, what? Why are you going after my ponytail, you weird little cat? So yeah, I just interject, and because it's because we're talking, like I said, we're talking about the difference between like 3rd edition versus 4th edition D&D gnomes, right? And somebody brings up that in the edition we're playing, which I think 3rd 3v4, right? So like in 4th edition, no bards can have the skill of vicious mockery, right? And suddenly, like, my brain we're talking about gnomes, and my brain suddenly remembers the skill set that bards can have in D&D 4th edition, and then so of course, like, my it goes to vicious, and I remember vicious mockery. And then I remember this scene in Under the Cherry Moon, the Prince movie, right? So I'm remembering this scene in Under the Cherry Moon, like when my brain suddenly connects, like, oh yeah, like bards can play vicious mockery. And I just like suddenly interject into the conversation with this, like, as far as the rest of the guys are concerned, this was just like the most random ass thing, right? So I interject with this anecdote about this scene in Under the Cherry Moon. I can't even remember this exact scene off the top of my head right now, because it's been a few years since I've seen that one. But I interject with this, like I said, like relaying this scene in Under the Cherry Moon, and somehow connecting it to the fact that Prince decided to fire the director, like the original director for the film, and so he directed it himself, and just like claimed total creative control over that film. And but yeah, I was relating it to like bards playing, being able to have the skill set vicious mockery. And one of the guys in the game said, all right, Segway, please explain to us how this makes sense. And we were just talking about gnomes, and I say, well, Prince is really short, and he is a musician, so that would count as bard. And there was that scene in Under the Cherry Moon, and that just seemed like perfect vicious mockery. And he is short and kind of fey, like the gnome in that little promotional cartoon that Wizards of the Coast put on YouTube with the gnome and the tiefling for 4th edition. And and so I think I'm definitely gonna still stay with playing a bard, but rather than a bard elf, I'm going to make a bard gnome. And so yeah, like that is like how like ADHD abstract thoughts just work, right? And so this comment that was apparently bothering this other person like enough to take a screen cap, post it to a Facebook group where nobody knew these other people, and like specifically said, can somebody enlighten me as to why somebody would make such an just such an unrelated comment to this other guy's like question about their opinions on this mug? And I'm like, no, dude, it is related. It's just a very abstract way of thinking that makes it related. And if it's bothering you that much, maybe you should seek help for that, because you're gonna run into a lot of abstract thinkers in your life, or, you know, like, maybe they have ADHD, maybe they have, you know, maybe they're on the schizoaffective spectrum, maybe they're just weird, right? But, you know, you're gonna run into a lot of people. If this kind of thing bothers you enough to demand that unrelated people in a Facebook group enlighten you about this, then this is more your problem than theirs, hon. Just, like, it is far more your problem than it is theirs. So yeah, like, I have seen the threads. I have seen the alt cow threads on that site, and yeah, I do ramble on, but at the same time, like, if you're actually paying attention to what I'm saying, I do come around to, like, explain how this all makes sense. It's just how my brain works.
She be okay?
She has a little bit of a cough sometimes. It's, my old cat Vermin had the same thing, and, you know, like, I confirmed with her old foster. It's a deformation in the soft palate, like, it's a little bit oversized, and so it makes her kind of, like, mildly asthmatic, and so she'll get a cough occasionally. Like I said, my old cat Vermin had the same thing, and yeah, it's just, sometimes she'll end up coughing a little bit longer, and I'll start looking around like, okay, like, what, is there anything in the air right now that can, you know, be affecting this? I did not set a timer for this. Ooh, but it is indeed cooking up nicely, it looks. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So let's see, this one recommended about, so if I were going to put it in an oven, this recommended, what again? I'll find it. It's somewhere in this book. Okay, main dishes, grains and legumes. It was like, what, page 80 or something? Cottage cheese pizza crust, pizza turnovers, noodles with mushrooms. Oh, we're looking close to stuff. Nocci Verde. Oh, wow, okay. There's a really old bookmark in here. How did that happen? I don't know. Okay, ravioli, tomato sauce, cheese and spinach noodle bake. Okay, lasagna. Okay, 45 to 60 minutes for the spinach lasagna, 40 to 55 minutes for the basic lasagna. Ah, son of a... Where the hell? Ugh. I don't want to go back out on the... I don't want to go back out onto the balcony right now. I've still got a whole lot of shit in the front room to pick up, and... Okay, I'm gonna assume this has been about 20 minutes. Clock needs a new battery. Ah, fuck it. Okay, so, okay. 2 hours and 9, so let's see. I'm assuming this has been in here about 15 to 20 minutes, so I'll just keep going for another half an hour, and I will what? I'll what? I'll take a check on, you know, the lasagna noodles and see if they cooked up nicely on here. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna get bring myself up to speed on what everybody's chatting about. Okay, cookbook. Oh yeah, the Beyond Meats are very, really pricey, but yeah, like I said, it's kind of become my treat to have my fake meats. Okay, Kathleen came back, says sorry, had unexpected company show up on the... Oh, no, that's fine. Ah, lively in here. Yeah. Oh yeah, Bard Gnome is oddly appropriate. Right? Right? And hey, like I said, I was able to explain to the D&D group how that made sense, to just randomly interject with... into the conversation about this scene in Under the Cherry Moon, and... like I said, it made sense in my head. It made sense in my head, and... oh, the joys of having a very abstractly thinking brain, where, you know, you are, like, you understand how, you know, like, one bee passes along a message to, like, the bee all the way in the hive, and all of that, and, it makes sense to me, might not make sense to anybody else in the world. I will explain it, how it makes sense to me, but that's not really a guarantee of anything. I think that was the game where one of the other player characters ended up carrying my gnome out of the, like, out of the cave that we were in, lest I get everybody killed. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that was the game where yeah, like, one of the other player characters ended up, like, carrying my gnome bard out of the cave we were trying to explore, lest I get everybody killed. Like, part of it was me, but a lot of it was down to dice rolls were just not in my favor that day. And because this was one of those D&D groups where, like, we would say a lot of things, like, in character based on die rolls. So yeah, it just... so yeah, like, suddenly, like, yeah, so, like, suddenly somebody's a half-orc, says, okay, Scott, because, yeah, that was one where Best X was DMing. Okay, Scott, I need to roll to carry, to carry the gnome out of here, lest we get everybody killed. And Scott says, yeah, I was gonna recommend somebody do that soon, because Rowan's dice are betraying him tonight. And yeah, and the roll was successful, and like, and he says, okay, I pick up obnoxious gnome under one arm, and Scott, can I roll for kicking and screaming? He says, well, then I will roll to stuff a bag to gag you, right? Oh gosh. Oh. Alright, it's been another... okay, it's been about 10 more minutes. Okay. Oh, this is making a lot of steam. Ooh. I might want to turn it down to 275. One of these things recommended 275, right? Something I was looking at recommended 275. Was it? Oh, no, it was on here about the spaghetti, right? Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, turn that down to 275 just because, like, this is getting really, really boily. Ooh, so much steam. Ugh. Still. It's still a lot less hot than the oven would get if I were going to do it in the oven, so... Okay. Corned beef, 275. And, okay, so do it 275 until boiling, and then simmer 45 minutes per pan. Wait. A lot of these say... Not sure how... Yeah, I'm gonna check eBay and see if I can find a manual for one of these. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, wait. Yep. Okay, and then I turn it down to simmer. So, okay. Like I said, this is this is the school of cuisine that my parents taught me, which was throw a bunch of stuff into a pot and hope for the best, and like have some kind of understanding of how, like, of like basic cooking methods, right? Have a competent understanding of some basic cooking methods, and after that you can feel free to just like throw whatever into a pot and hope for the best. Okay, I think okay, so yeah, it says here, 275 until boiling, but then on the other side of the cooker column, then it says simmer, and for spaghetti it says until done, but then it goes between 150 and 200. Those are simmer temps. So yeah, I think that is what it wants you to do, is to only have it up that high until boiling. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Now the way I did it all up, and when I looked in the pot last, like, it's not gonna be, like, it's definitely not gonna be the most solid lasagna. That's for damn sure. But it should be edible. It should definitely be edible. That is...
Hello, my love. Hey, Nigel, bud. My sweet boy. What's up, my sweet boy? Nigel. Love. Nigel. Come over here. Don't you want kittens? No. Do you want me to come over to the couch so you can occupy my lap? Maybe. Nigel. Hello. What's up, sweet boy? Hello, Murnau. Your name is not Nigel. You're not Nigel, and you'll never be Nigel. It's true. You're not. You're a goober. You are, Murnau. Don't deny it. Oh. Smack it, bud. Oh, yeah. Smack it. Smack it.
It's a playful smack. Deneen, you would be baking in this weather with... Oh, yeah, I definitely do not want the oven on in this weather. I mean, this is hot, don't get me wrong, but it's much smaller, so the heat is, like, in a much more concentrated area of the kitchen, and, I might want to turn the fan on to take some of the steam out.
reach through all the cat foods.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Kathleen says you missed your D&D group. Don't we all miss our D&D groups at this point? Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, not only would the lasagna be baking in the oven, I would be baking inside the kitchen. Kathleen, gonna head out. Oh, take care! Take care. I hope you're still, like, gotta hear that from me. The throwing stuff in a pot method usually results into some good... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get some really interesting, things on a, when you're able to do that, just... And, yeah, I kind of had a... I kind of wanted to, like, since I got these oven-ready lasagna noodles, I've been thinking to myself, I could take some of those Beyond Meatballs that I got with, like, a sale and a coupon and Ibotta rebates and all that stuff. So I could take, out some of these and get some of the Beyond Meatballs and, whatever else. I get all sorts of, I don't have to buy spaghetti sauce for the rest of my natural life thanks to the food pantry areas around here. And yeah, I'd seen slow cooker lasagna recipes before, so I'm like, worst case scenario, it's not gonna be lasagna, like in any traditional sense, but it will be edible, because at least I know what the hell I'm doing most of the time. Plus, like, whenever I, like, throw stuff into a pot and hope for the best and put pictures up on Instagram, a lot of people seem to think that whatever the hell I make, I cook, looks really good most of the time. Oh, this might actually be, ooh. Okay, it's, okay, yeah, it's been about 20 more minutes, so let's see. Okay. Do I... No, that's a spoon. Okay. Okay, I got myself a fork. Got myself a table knife. Got myself the... Oh, yeah. Okay, got myself the pot holder with the lace edging that I made. Wrong hands. Oh, those rulers are still kind of solid. Okay. So, turn it back to the 175 area. Maybe put the lid back. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll check again in about 15 minutes. Oh. And yeah, I'm gonna keep the stream going because at this point, that's how I that's how I know how long this is gonna be going, because I do not feel like fishing around for whatever the hell I did with my kitchen timer out on the balcony. Ugh. Why do I keep looking at the clock? I need to put new batteries in that. Okay, yeah, that one takes C's. The one in the bathroom takes double A's. One in the bathroom has needed new double A's for a while, or at least fully charged double A's. Yep. I am one of those people who uses rechargeable batteries. Excuse me. Which for some reason, the Ypsilanti target does not seem to carry. I don't know why. I can never find rechargeable batteries there. I find all sorts of other things there. Can't find rechargeable batteries to save me there. So. Ah, stewed fruit. Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people like to stew prunes. And it always struck me as just kind of a weird thing, right? Like, you dry out plums to make prunes, but then you stew them to make them soft again, and put some water back in them. Which makes me wonder, why didn't you just eat the goddamn plum? Then again, for dried fruit, you know, does keep longer. So, yeah, I guess, like, then again, there are other plum preserves you can make. I don't know. It's just such... that has always struck me as such a weird thing to make, right? It's like stewed prunes. Hello, Murnau. Little kitty. Oh, come to me. Oh, you're such a cutie. You're such a cute little goofball.
You're a silly boy. Yes, you are. I know. I know. What you now want?
You're a cutie. You're a cute little wiener. Yes, you are. You're a silly little noodle.
I love my now.
I love you. You're a cute little guy. Wait, jump. Wait. Okay. Fly, be free. Cats, how come you don't pick shit up for me while I'm out? Seriously, why am I feeding you guys? Oh, that's right. This is another one of my favorite free finds. I did not find this in an LFL. I found this, out at Washtenaw and Carpenter, around that intersection. So like, there's a stretch of freeway there's a bike path with a crosswalk there, and there's this one spot where people just seem to like to drag deer that get hit by vehicles, right? And so I found a deer hoof. It was pretty much already dried out and everything by the time I got to it. So yeah, this this is another one of my favorite free finds. I keep I do want to give it another bit of a clean, as I did do a quick spot clean a couple times already, but I think I want to go in with a toothbrush and a little bit of just diluted just like a little bit of I'm thinking maybe a mix of distilled vinegar and water with like a tiny bit of soap, or maybe salt. I'm thinking salt might be a better idea, and just like go with a toothbrush to finish cleaning this. But yeah, I've got a deer hoof. And I really love it. I'm not sure what kind of rocks I want to adorn it with, but... Oh, good night, Megan! Ah. Oh. That's right, there's also, it's a catnip grinder. You know, like a little, peppercorn or spice grinder. It's got little pressed pellets of catnip in here, and so like when I make them their wet food around the time I make my dinner, and you know, well, around the time I sit down to eat dinner, I make them their wet cat food, and I'll give a little grind of the catnip on top of it. I have accepted my role in the world as a crazy cat person, and I'm okay with that. With my weird little spice grinder of catnip for the cats. Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure this was from the PetSmart on Carpenter. But yeah, this is just, I saw this and it just entertained me, and I was just like, okay, yeah, I've got to do that. I've got to get the cats their own little spice grinder full of catnip. It's stupid, but I do it for the cats, and Nah, it's been another 10 minutes since the last I checked. It's easier to count intervals of 10 than 15, at least. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, it's boiling down a bit, so... Oh, hey. Okay. Okay, these noodles are cooking up all right. Still a bit stiff, but I think it's, that's a nice little, bit of sauce and cheese all mixed up together. Okay. So yeah, this is turning out kind of all right. It's boiling down a bit more than I was afraid. Yeah, like I was kind of afraid for a second there that it wasn't going to boil down all that much, but... Or simmer down, whatever, reduce. Oh yeah. I love this. Really? Oh, did you see earlier? I brought out some of the Meowajuana catnip that I get them too. Is this the one? Oh yeah. Oh wait, no. Okay, the one that's got silver vine in it. There's another one though that's got valerian that Phoebe really. Oh, yep, here we go. Calico Kush catnip with valerian root. Phoebe loves valerian root. Some cats just really love valerian root. The other two, they can take it or leave it, but Phoebe loves it. Phoebe loves it. When I do take valerian root to help, you know, like with sleep, I'll often like, you know, like when I run out in the bottle, I'll take the cap because it's, you know, it's plastic, so it's kind of porous, and it has, you know, and the inside of the cap has absorbed the smell of valerian root. So, you know, after a jar of valerian root empties, I give the cap to Phoebe, and she'll just sit there like rubbing her face all over it, and it's adorable, and she's so funny. So yeah. So yeah, this one with valerian root. This is Phoebe's favorite, of course, because she loves her valerian, and then of course there's the purple passion meowajawana with silver vine, and I've gotten the little silver vine sticks for them to chew on. Oh my gosh, that is quite. There's like a dense fog in here. There's like, I'm so glad I turned the fan on early when I did. I'd hate to think how foggy it would be in here. God damn. Why is my apartment a humidity trap? I don't know how well it can be seen. No, that's the door. No, yeah, it's not gonna show off very much. But yeah, like my front room has, god damn. It looks like I'm waiting for the L. Yeah, it looks like I'm waiting for goddamn ferry on the Thames right now in my front room. It's got fog. There is indoor fog in here. Oh, that's good, actually. I mean, yeah, it's all stuff it's all ingredients I actually like, so. Yeah, it's clearly not smoke, it's just this thing's making so much, and oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh, there we go. That's a bit more tense. Okay. Okay, off we go. And whoop. Ooh. Okay. This cord is a bit warm, so there we go. Okay. Okay, yeah. It looks a bit more like a casserole than a lasagna usually does. Even though lasagna is a casserole, right? Like, am I... Like, please don't tell me that I'm, like, just an insane Midwesterner. Okay, yeah, you can see the fog. This is not smoke. This is fog. This is fog right here. First off, if it was just smoke, I would smell it. But no, this is fog. This is fog. The thing steams up, and there is fog in my apartment, and I'm waiting for a ferry, apparently, and indoor fog, right? Yeah, when it's hot and steamy, and it's summer, and it's humid all the time anyway. Ooh, okay. Maybe there is a tad of smoke in with this fog, but still, because it seems that, that something really does stick into the sides of this. Oh my gosh. I can't submerge this to clean it. This is gonna be fun to clean. Then again, it's clearly been used as a deep fryer before I bought it, so I mean, I don't know how recently it had been used as a deep fryer before I bought it, but it has clearly been used as a deep fryer, at least regularly enough for a bit, so. Okay, let's see, I brought in some dishes. Finally. Okay. And there's my turner. Okay, gonna cut myself a piece of this somehow. Oh yeah, okay. I should have layered the bottom of this with maybe a little bit of sauce before I put down the lasagna noodles. That might have been a smart thing to do. Oh. Okay. Please don't fly it off the stove. Oh. Okay. But yeah, lasagna is basically like a big-ass fancy casserole. It's just a very specific kind of casserole. Okay. A little bit more spinach. Okay. So yeah, like I said, it ended up coming out a bit more like a regular, like Midwestern casserole than your usual lasagna. So I'm gonna let that cool. Gonna let this cool off a bit before I scoop up the rest of the lasagna-ish substance and put it away for leftovers. So, and I'm gonna log off and feed the cats because cats have been up my business for a bit tonight, haven't you?
Kitty cats.
Now I'll go pick up the plate.
Cat the night.
Yep. The cats respond to Welsh. Really? You guys left all this catnip? You know what? I'm gonna mix it in with their food tonight. Okay. Cat food. Cat food spoon. Seriously? Okay. Okay, I had a little plastic spoon for cat food and it has wandered off. Seriously? Come on, jar. There we go. Okay. So, let's see, I got a little bit of their solid gold sea meal, supports skin and coat, digestive and immune system with seaweed, flaxseed, and digestive enzymes. Part of the reason I like to add some digestive stuff is because Phoebe's got a sensitive belly. She's got a bit of a grain intolerance, and she's also the one who seems to upchuck a little bit more than the boys do. So, and then there's the berry balance, which I do twice a week. promotes optimal urinary tract health and function. It's got cranberry and blueberry, and that's because male cats can be especially prone to forming urine crystals. So it's always good to make sure that your cats are getting something good, you know, for urinary tract health. And because they left all this catnip for some reason. I'm not sure which one this is, but I'm gonna mix a bit into their cat food. There we go. You know what? It's been sitting out most of the day, so the rest can go down the sink. It's just like one of these little things is like $8, and I'm like, God damn it, cats! Why are you making me waste money? Okay.
Hi, where's Phoebe? Yes, Miss Phoebe.
Oh my gosh! Oh, they're all watching me. Oh.
Hello. What's up, my sweet boy? How's my Nigel? Oh, yes. What's up, love? What's up, my love? Nigel, bud. My sweet boy. Kath and I. Now, Nigel. Oh, yes.
Aha! I know how to step around these cats. Okay. And all right. Hey, the fog is dissipating some, so it's totally good to go and sit down and watch some more Bates Motel on my Peacock app on my Roku, and this isn't bad. I think the spinach might have turned on me a little bit more than I thought, but it's not bad. Okay. As always, be sure and wear your sunscreen. Otherwise, take very good care of yourselves and have exactly the kind of day you deserve. What else? Oh, you know what? That's right. Lasagna often wants ricotta. I could have put some cottage cheese on there because I've got a surplus of cottage cheese in my fridge right now. That probably would have also kept some, you know, added some moisture to keep shit from burning. Oh well, next time, right? I was just looking at the picture on the box of noodles, so okay. As always, if you want to continue to encourage my descent into complete madness, the Linktree and Patreon and all that below, if you have more dollars than cents, being the Patreon thing, because dad joke, right? And something else, your local hopefully see me at Necto tomorrow. And bass and kisses, Nosta Achwil. Turn off.